Grateful for, happy about. Good. So Judith will join us on the replay. She got a message that her power may be out anytime in this next 8-hour period for the whole 8-hour period. So, I know. So she said if she's not here, that's why. So hi, Judith. Franny's sort of here. We're going to inhale, round the shoulders, exhale, let them come down. And as we're rounding the shoulders, every time we lift, I want you to push your feet down. You might notice that if you push your feet down, it almost makes it harder to round your shoulders. And you can try it. Without your feet, your shoulders go all over the place. With your feet, it sets your body up to say, this is where you have actually more support for that motion, right? Remember, when your powerhouse is on and the transfer station is telling the powerhouse what the ground requires of the body, the powerhouse, right, will then decide how much movement you're allowed to have. So being mindful will keep you in a healthier range of motion that you can work on, right? So then if you try shrugging higher while you press your feet down, some of you are going to notice, whoo, I feel my glutes turning on more and more, or you'll feel your sides hug more. It's fascinating. I hope you find it fascinating. Good, okay. And then we're just going to take a nice, easy forward shrug. I want to warm up that mid-back and the shoulders because we will be holding weights. Good, yep, and round forward, and back. That's it. So right now, I'm letting my feet go, and I'm playing with my full range of motion, unaware, right? No one at home. Now I'm going to press into my feet and feel if I can still get those shoulders to move the same amount with more support through my center. Yeah. So you'll notice your head should dip less, right? Because your spine is trying to stay supported through the motion. And now the shoulders have to move more from shoulder muscles, less from spinal muscles. Yep, good. One more. Good. Good. All right. And then a nice windmill, taking it up and around and back, and up and around and back. That's it. So I'm using the hand that's down on the leg to literally push against that leg and help me stay square so that the spine gets more of the twist than the knees and ankle. Now I'm going to add my feet back in. So I'm pushing the ground away. And you can see because now there's a little tiny space between my knees, right? Little tiny space. Here's me not. Here's me pushing. That's it. Yeah, push that ground. Good. Notice where you feel resistance through the motion, right? So for some of you, it's in this rotation where you're used to back bending. If you're being strong through your feet, it might be harder to do. That would be okay. Good. Let's take the last one to your left. Good. All right. And then let's open into parallel. And we're going to just go for a simple little walk in place. So lifting your left toes and ball of foot, lifting your right heel, and then switch. Then I'm going to show you if I do this without paying attention. Right? This is me not paying attention. My hips sway side to side. Now, if I'm walking like that, I'm putting a lot of stress laterally on the spine. So we need to make sure that your knees are coming straight forward. And then you should find that to do that, you've got more push happening on the parts of you that are still on the ground. Can you feel that? And make sure you get one foot up while one toe up while the other heel is up. Right, zoop, zoop, zoop. Good. Now here's me not pushing the ground. So here I'm pushing the ground, pushing the ground. Here's me lifting my knee to move my heel. Right? Now I'm walking with my heel and I'm not pushing. I want you to see if you can push through the ground as you go. Yeah, that's better. Good, good, okay. Yep, nice. Watch this. This is, I don't know what that is. It's like a funny dance move, but don't do it. See if you can come straight forward with those legs. So that's a fun one to practice when you're just, again, waiting in line, waiting for someone to stop talking. You just play with your feet. All right, so hopefully that also feels like you've loosened up your sacrum a little bit, got a little nice blood flow into there. We're gonna sit into a little squat, so palms face forward. Inhale, feet in parallel, and exhale, sitting down. Good. Inhale there, and exhale, come up, chest expansion in backhand, pushing those arms back, press through your feet. Inhale, exhale down. Good. And then inhale and exhale up. Press through your feet. Good. That's it. Sitting back. And up. Good. All right. So here I'm going to show you side view again. Here's me with all my weight on my toes. Do you see this big forward hang of my shirt? Here's me including the heels. Do you see how that now it's laying over my belly? Yes. Does that make sense? So we're trying to be able to come up stacked instead of here, right? See that little hanging ledge? Now it's pointing at me. Yeah, good, good. So ribs in, ribs over the hips. One more, one more. That's it, gang. Nice. Good. Okay, good. Quick little hip warm up, a little bit more. We're just gonna take our step to the right, into skater, sit back, push up, and then sink into the left. Push up. So we wanna wake up those hips a little more, get a little stretch happening through your adductor. Good. Very easy. Sitting back. Now here's me staying in my toes. Can you see how far forward my whole body is and my knees sort of fall? Now here's me sitting in my heels. For me, that's harder, but it's better for me, better for you. So see if you can get your weight in your heels. That's it. You can picture yourself coming all the way down to here, right? And if that feels good to you, you could do that. But it's not because we're hanging over. Right? It's because we're dropping our hips down. Yeah, Nara, nice. Nara got down there and then lifted her arms to keep her chest up. So good. That's it, good. All right. All right, and then let's come back to center and let's find our hand weights. Boop, boop, boop. So heavy for hips. Heavy for hips. No, I don't think that's really a problem. Well, it's not really, it's a good problem, right? Because once you're down there, if you're, is it when you're in the skater lunge, Nara? Nara's question is, she can't get the balls of her feet down. Her weight is in her heels, which is great, but you want to be able to put the toe down on that landing leg without falling onto it. All right. So those of you who have your weights, we're going to warm up with just 4 little squats, right? Waking ourselves up. So we've just practiced pressing the ground away, bringing the ribs in line. We're going to sit back. Good. And then push through the earth like you're pushing that reformer bar away from you with your feet. Good. Sit. And then push, push, push. Whole foot pushes. Forefoot and hind foot. Good. Can you work on not doing this? Can you keep your butt down and your chest up? So those of us with longer femurs, that's harder to do. So if you feel like you're struggling with that, don't worry, give yourself time. The more you focus, the easier it will get to come down with less of that chest drop. Was that 4? I think that was 4. Square up your shoulders. Step your left foot back, kickstand. So remember, kickstand is not a lunge. We're not putting our weight on it. We're thinking that, oh, maybe it's going to be the precursor to a pistol squat, right? Very light back there. Sitting back. Now pause. Could you lift that back leg up? Yes, good. Drive into that foot. Come up to a stand. Front foot, good. Sit back down. Pause. See if you can imagine lifting that up. Good. And then drive into that foot. Come on up. Very nice. Come on down. Pause. Lift. See if you can hold it a second longer. Then put it down. Good. Drive. Good. That's it. Whatever you do, keep your hands on your weights. If you lose your balance, just come up and step out of it. Do not let go of your weights. Keeping them in your hands. Good. Yes. In your hands and off your feet. Nice. Okay, then let's simply switch feet. We're only doing 4. Okay, so let's check out your standing knee. So if it doesn't feel good on your standing knee, could be like my right one. This would be your left side, right? See how it falls in, and as I load, it buckles more. That's not comfortable. So I keep my weight right next to this leg. This one on would be your left. And I push at it with all my might. And my foot, I get anchored on the ground. So the net result is that it requires more hip to foot connection. You really need that hip to mind the knee and the foot to mind the lower attachments, because the torsion here often comes from here. Makes sense? Do we get 4 and 4? Yeah, that's okay. Push. Good. Is it your left one where that feels is harder to manage, or is it the right? Oh, okay. So I'd have to see it again to see exactly what happened. I'm guessing it's like what happens with my right. Okay. How are we doing? You need a handbrake? I see some people put weights down. Okay, so we're doing a back lunge. So in Pilates, we start upright and we just slide the foot back, drop ourselves down, push the ground away, come back to home. Same side again. Slide the foot back like you're pushing the carriage back, down, push the ground away, and come back. Good. Slide. That's it. Down, push, come back. Good. Now this one, we're going to do 1.5. This is number 4, right? Back, down, up. In the next one we're going to stay back there. All right, now we hinge. Happy dog tail. Good. All right, now straighten up and down. Holding that hinge. Happy dog tail. Back leg is pushing you. Seeing if you can drop a little lower through those legs without dropping your chest further, right? You're not going to curl over. We're going to hold that line. Why this exercise? Glutes, hams, quads, mid-back, and spine. Good. Last one. Good. Shift your weight back up. Find that front leg. Come all the way up. Good. Anyone need a handbrake before we go the other side? Yeah? Okay. Handbrake. So remember, when you're doing the replay, if your weights are not heavy enough to challenge either your legs or your hands, go slower. You hit pause. You do your reps as slow as possible until you feel that challenge. Then you hit play again to the next one. You know the old saying, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And your body adapts. So if it was easy yesterday, you need to up it again tomorrow. All right, here we go. Step back lunge. So starting now, other leg, slide it back. Good, down, all the way up and home. Good, same leg, back, down. So okay, on this one, do you feel that still on that knee? Oh, yeah. So watch that right one. Just on the, maybe it was just that last one, but do you see how I'm coming down forward? I want you to come down back a little bit. The knee can be over the center of your foot. That shouldn't be an issue, but just watch the fall. Good. And then Judith, you just go for the range of motion that feels comfortable. Just watch your hip swing. Okay, so was that 4.5? I've completely lost count. If that was your 4 and now you're at your half, you're gonna hinge, lifting your tail without moving your knee. Do you see that? Look where my weight is down here. That weight's not going up and down with my spine. My knee is staying still, yeah? So just make sure that hinge is happening from your tail. That's it, good. From your tail. Good, one more, hold it. Now press into that front leg and the back leg. Keep your tail up. Good, lift, abs up and down. Lift, good, and down. Keep your collarbones wide. We want that mid back to be helping with those weights. Good, the abs to pull you up like someone's got you around the waist and lifting you away from the ground. That's it. Good. And last one, up, down, unhinge. Good. And then all the way to home. Nice job. How are we doing? Weights down for a sec. Everyone okay? Knees okay? You guys, it's so weirdly warm and humid. I have to turn my fan on. Is anyone else feeling that? This weather is crazy. All right. We're going to find something a little bit lighter that we could hold with 2 hands out in front of us. Yeah? Or you can use 2 weights out in front of you, right? Then just know you want it to be light enough that you could do that. We're going to add in a little bit of more upper body and shoulder. So before we put the legs in, let's just check our bicep curl form, shall we? So we bicep curl, yeah, nice and easy. If I let my arms swing, now I'm putting most of the work into the stress of the bicep tendon, right? So I want you to keep it close. So now we have the muscle doing that work. That makes sense? This elbow shouldn't be swinging back and forth. Now, if we hold it, then we want to lift it, rotate palms in. That's different. We've added shoulders, right? Delts to that. And then if we press all the way up, arms are by your ears, but they're not shrugged. They're dropped. Yeah? Okay, let's do that one more time. So bicep curl, make it clean. Palms in, right up to the sky. Drop your shoulders. That's it. Press into your feet. Yeah? One more, just to make sure our form is good. Bicep, palms in, press up, shoulders drop, feet push. Okay, and then we're going to bring it all the way back down. So there's a curtsy lunge series on the reformer with your back to the machine and your foot up on the reformer and you're pushing with your back to it. We're going to do a little curtsy lunge too. We're going to start stepping your left behind your right. So I'm your mirror. Good. And then we drop down. Good. As we come up, we're just going to bicep curl. Good. Let them come down and push back as you come down the other way. And bicep curl. Good. Down. Good. All right. So you have the arms. You have the rhythm of your legs. Now add this thought. Right here, imagine squeezing the legs together even though you're coming into parallel. As you come up, squeeze. Feel how that activates that front leg, right? This one that's in front. Squeeze it like it's pulling back. That's it. No swinging. No swinging. What was that? Nice and tall, better. That was better, good. Okay, so now let's add that shoulder in. So we're up, lift, push, drop it down, push back. Bicep curl up, press, drop it down, and back. That's it. Drive, feet, good. Nice, Michelle, nice through the center. Good, that's it. Okay, I don't want this, right? That's this. I want feet, so you're stacked. Yes, Franny, nice. Good, all right, which foot am I on? I'm following Michelle. There we go, over here. She kept moving. Everybody else paused to think. I love that you paused to think. This will be your last one going to your left. That's it. We've got to finish back to center. Drive, feet, shoulders, and then bring it all the way down. Nice job. Okay, rolling down to our mats. 4 times. 4th one, we're going to walk out to a plank. We're going to do a push-up row combo after you finish that 4th one. What that means is I'm going to come on out to my plank. When I get here, there's going to be 1 push-up, a row, and a row, and then another push-up, okay? You can do that on the floor, on the wall, on your furniture. It could be on your knees, full plank. You can do with or without weights, right? Doesn't have to have weights. Your own pace, because when you get to this row, I want you to watch out for this. See how I'm rolling my whole body, or I'm just rolling my hip, right? Instead, our goal is to be able to be forward on those fingertips and then row as still and straight as you can. Yes? Anyone need a different option? Okay. I think, okay, now here's the first one down. Here I come to. So we're going to try for 4 sets here because you're having a little more time under tension than you normally do. So 4 sets would be great. If you find yourself at 6 sets, I would say hooray. Wow, good. Yes, I can see you, Kay and Michelle, really working for that center line. Good. I'm going to turn around so I can see you. Trying to figure out how I can see you and do a push-up at the same time. That does not seem to be a possibility. Good, okay, looks like everybody is done. Fantastic, so if it feels like you'd like a stretch through those armpits, feel free to take it. You can sit back and stretch. Good, and then we'll just sit on our butts. Oops, here comes the sun. Oops, here comes the sun. Not prepared for the sun today. And with or without weights, it does not matter. First, I just want you to push your sits bones down and then draw your ribs in or lift the back of your ribs up, right? You'll feel your quads turn on, nice meaty part of your quads. It shouldn't be hip flexor grippy part. So relax, shake it out, and then see what you feel again. Sits bones drive down. You might feel your heels also driving down. That would be great. and you should feel your spine lift. Now if you're sitting like this, I don't believe you're actually pushing your sit bones down. It's so hard to push them down and stay slumped. Yeah, there we go. Good. Very nice. All right. Optional weights. We'll bring them into our hands, elbows at our sides. We're going to exhale, round back, just keeping them close. Good. Inhale, right back up. Ribs in. Inhale, exhale, round back. Good. And then back up. Good. Keep on going. I'm just going to adjust the light because there was no sun when I started. Is that better? Worse. Blinding me. Good. Last one. And then when you come up, I want you to take your hands and push them forward. So back, up, sits bones. This is the work moment for those arms. They're close. We're loading our center. We're up, arms and spine, legs, pressing. Yeah? Good. That's it. Yes, I see the shoulder adjustments. Good. Up. Press. Good. Two more. Reach. Good. Check wrists. I see clunky wrists. Can you make the back of your knuckle to the back of your arm one straight line? Yes, I saw that. Yeah, lift your wrists. I'm looking at this. Right? So you see how this wrist is broken? I want it straight all the way from that knuckle to the back of your hand. So when you go out, it's here, not like this. You can't uppercut like this. You have to get it nice and straight. Or closed-fisted. Not a ton in this moment. No, I was asking a fantastic question. What if you're open-handed versus gripping? Gripping is just going to flex your bicep more. Open-handed is still bicep engaged. You're just asking here the rest of the forearm chain to turn on actively with it. So if you can do a grip, right? Because as we age, we need to work this grip. But there is also value in that flat hand. Oh, yeah. Oh, so that's so cool. I'm sorry, it's not cool for you, but so she's noticing that gripping is harder on her left shoulder, and her left shoulder tends to come a little forward, right? So it already stresses her biceps tendon. So if that's you also, let the shoulder come back a little bit. Don't worry about going as far. See if you can maintain the grip. You should feel work without stress. Yeah. Oh, good, Kay. Hey, I saw that. Nice. Okay. Alrighty, very good. So, where are we? We're going to roll ourselves down to the mat. So nice, roll all the way down. And then we'll just take your arms straight up to the sky. Let's see if I can get a little more line over here. And then lift one leg into tabletop, tap it down. Repeat the same leg, up and down. Easy peasy. Good. And then we'll switch to the other side. Getting our ribs to the mat. And I'm talking about low ribs, right? So that we soften that low back curve. Head is down. Head is down, Kay. Good question. Good. And one more. All right. Take a breath. Exhale, bring both legs into tabletop. Put those ribs back down to the mat. Extend your left arm overhead. Don't go too far. And your right leg out along the floor. Inhale, exhale, re-engage the abs. Bring it to center. So opposite arm and leg. Let your shoulder warm up in this position, you need your lat and your tricep to wake up a little as you go overhead. That's it. Good. And last one on each side. Ribs pulling down. Good. Ribs pulling down. Nice. Okay. Then feet come down to the floor. We're just going to do a little reverse hug. In the gym, we'd call it a reverse fly. So we open, resisting the ground as if you don't want your arms to go down to the floor. Exhale, bring them back toward your shoulders, right above your shoulders. So my friends with shoulder issues, this is a great position to practice in because hopefully you can feel the top of your arm bone at the shoulder heavily weighted to the floor. And then when you do that, you can feel your scapula on your back moving. If you're moving your arms and you don't feel scapula moving, you're going to be stuck in that shoulder socket in an uncomfortable way. Okay, where's the good lady? Good. Does that make sense, everybody? That idea? Okay, good. Thanks, Franny. Good. All right. So then we're going to bring the legs back into tabletop. So exhale, draw those low ribs down. And then the legs come up. Now you're going to extend your right leg straight out. The left arm goes out to the side. Bring it back to center. So again, the leg is still going straight, but the arm is going out to the side. One at a time. Good. Can you still stay connected to that shoulder? Good. That's it. Last one on each side. And wrist straight. Yes, gold star K. That's it. And then feet can come on down. Good. And then weights can gently come down to your side. Just push them a little bit away from you so your hands can rest on the floor. All right, little hover bridge. Just a little hover bridge. Just feeling your heels just barely off the mat, right? Just letting your spine rest down. Good, and then put it back down. We're just gonna do two more. Just a little tiny resets, not a big stretch. This is just letting your spine rest off the sling of your legs and shoulders. And then down. Good, and one more time. Up. And then gently down. Very nice. Good. All right, again, make sure your weights are out of your way. Arms are coming up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, scoop those knees into your chest and tuck yourself into a ball. We are going to rock and roll up to sitting for rolling like a ball. So I'm going to push my weights even farther away because I don't want that to happen to my head again. And then we're going to roll like a ball. So you can use any toy that is helpful. So if you like to have the ball between your head and your shins, or your thighs, pardon me, or if you like to use the circle or the TheraBand across your shins or under your feet, please feel free. I want you really focused on that inner thigh as you roll. Don't let your gaze go from it. Even when you're back here, that's, yes, good. Good. Yes. Nice. Can you do two more? Better. Getting better all the time. Good. Nice. And then let's rock ourselves gently back for little leg circles. So right leg is to the sky, left leg is on the floor. And then you're going to exhale as it crosses center, inhale as it comes around. The heel on the ground is flexed, right? We're pushing that down to get that feedback back to our center. If the leg is lazy on the ground, the spine is going to be less supported, right? We won't have the message to the glutes to hold us steady. That's it, good. And get 4 or 5, and then you can reverse. And when you get those, then you can, of course, change legs. You're welcome to use any assistance that you like here. If you've got a Pilates stick strap, put your foot in that. A stretch strap, a TheraBand, even your magic circle. Good, and then we're gonna get just a little bit more for those obliques. So I'm gonna reach for my hand weights. They're optional. We're doing crisscross. So when you're ready, scoop those legs up into tabletop. Arms are gonna come up. You can hold one or both weights or none. I'm gonna first start with both and show you how that goes. So we're just rotating to the side, drop the bottom one, keep the top one still. You wanna be rotated enough so that you're working the outside of your shoulder. If I am here and it's across me, I'm gonna be starting to stress up the neck. So this is a great self-check, right? Where do you feel that work in this top arm while it waits? Good, then use the bottom one to push over. Rotate that torso. The outside of that arm and outside of that shoulder on the top arm should be holding your weight. Push up. Now if you're using one, it's the same idea. That arm is waiting while you load the bottom arm. You'll feel the top arm maybe a little bit less intensely. But if you keep it in mind that you want to get the top of that arm toward the sky so that the outside of your arm wakes up, that would be great. That's it. Good. And this is your last one each way. Oops. And then back to center. Good. All right. Weights go down. Hands to the sky. We're going to inhale and exhale with the feet wide, rolling up into spine stretch. Scooping that belly in. Good. And then reach forward while you pull back. 3, 2, 1. Stack it up. And then do it again. Exhale. And stack. Good. 2 more. Pull back. Good. Yes. The more you pull back with your abs as you reach forward, the more you will feel why it's called spine stretch. Good. All right. Then let's take our hands to the side, stack those feet, flip on over, and then square yourself up. Come down gently, make sure you have nothing to land on. Ready for a swan. So weights to the side, right? Weights to the side. Heels toward each other. Good. And then just a nice little inhale up. Collarbones wide. Good. And then gently down. A nice little lift. And down. Good. I want you to just focus first on what's supporting this lift. Our kneecaps lifted off the mat, toenails still down, glutes on, and then the rest should follow. If you have kneecaps up, that should fire the glutes as well as the quads. They will help support that low back. Good. All right. And then we can press into those hands, elbows tuck in. Keep trying to lift those kneecaps up. Yes, lift, 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 lift. Legs are active. Good. And then gently bring it down. And again, lifting the sternum. Kneecaps up. That's it. Good. And one more time. Yeah, nice big stretch through those abs. Good. Good. Okay. Double leg kick. Optional hand weight. So I'm going to hold one hand weight, bring it around to my butt. Now I want you to prep first. So if you're deciding to use a weight, get that weight over your butt. Make sure you take it around and wide, and then give it a little lift. See what that feels like to you. Can you keep your glutes on as you move it around? If you feel stress, go with a lighter weight or no weight. Or if you have your magic circle, start there, right? That would be a great place to begin. Okay. Feel okay? You can lift it off your booty a little bit. So we begin pulling it up our back as far as we can, pulling the elbows apart. Thighs off the mat, forehead on the mat. We contract the thighs, extend. We'll do 4 contractions. So we have 2 more. In, out. Good. Now as this last one, lift your weight slightly off your body, reach it down your booty, rotate your shoulders open. Good. That's it. Very gently bring it back up your back as you lower your head. And again, 4 contractions. In, out. 3, out. Contract, out. Last one. Gently lift that weight a little, glide it down your back. Rotate elbows in. Thighs lifted, spine extended. Good. Bring it back in. Now just 2 contractions. In, out, lengthen. Good. And down. In, out, lengthen. 2 more sets of 2. In, out, lengthen. Thighs are still up as we do this last set of contractions. Good. And lengthen. Good. Nice. Gently lower yourself down. With care, lower your weight to the side of your body. Don't let it roll onto your toes or your head. All right, arms out in front of you. Swimming. Left leg, right arm, sternum just slightly off your mat, and then switch. That's it, and switch. Good. Kick the back of that thigh, make it longer. As you lift it, imagine it pulling right out of your hip, like the back of your knee is trying to pull away from your low back. That looked really pretty in that direction, Deshelle. I think is it your left shoulder that has the injury? Yeah. The left leg, right arm is a beautiful combo. And the right leg, left arm, linger in it. See if you can just wiggle that shoulder around and then let it come a little wider through your armpit. That's it. See what happens. There you go. Good. And then it looks like everybody else is resting. Okay, so we'll sit back. Maybe you're resting at home too, Judith. We'll sit back and stretch in a child's pose. Okay, so then we'll come out to our side for, oh no, we're not. Oh, what am I saying? We're gonna come onto our backs. So we're gonna go into neck pull. So let's start with 1 roll up first, just a regular old roll up. So neck pull is when we have the hands behind the head, spines lifted tall, elbows wide. Ribs in, because you can see I want to jut that chest out. Instead, I'm going to push the sits bones down, and that action reorganizes my center. Is that visible? I hope that happens in your body. Then we neutral hinge, and let's just practice that neutral hinge twice, 3 times maybe. You go back, ooh, and come back up. So press the sits bones down, then tilt back over them. Good, that's it. Good, I want you to feel yourself press and then tilt the pelvis, not press and then collapse the spine, right? That space stays long. Now that you know where your neutral hinge is, you go as far as you can, right, in neutral, keeping that long. Then when you feel like you're about to fall, that's when you roll the rest of the way down. Coming up is a nice inhale. Exhale, roll, roll, roll. Will you feel like your elbows come forward? Pause, stick them back out. Keep rolling. Reach all the way forward. 3, 2, 1. Stack that spine up. Inhale, high. Tilt as far as you can, pushing those heels down, sits bones down, then round. Big inhale, exhale, up. Fight for those elbows out. Good. Lift your abs as you come forward. 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll do one more. Remember, I want your pelvis to rock. So even as you tilt back, it should tilt forward too. Yes? Good. All right. Ah, nice. Beautiful. Yes, I saw that. That was good, though. Pushing the envelope. Very nice. From here, then we get to lay on our side and go into side kicks. Sorry. So on your side, if you can, be up on your elbow. If you just like to lay down flat, you can do that as well. So up high. If you're with me, here's me not doing a good job. I'm all dropped here. You can't quite see here. If I tuck that up, is that better? Try to tuck this in. There. Here's me lifted. Here's me not lifted. So be lifted. We're going to take the legs forward and we're going to kick up, flex, bring them down. That's it. Up, flex, take it down. So if you're up, you might notice that your leg naturally does not go as high as you're used to, right? That's okay. See if you can really be just as disciplined as you are if you were flat, keeping that hip still and working through that socket. Yeah, good. That's it, good. And one more. Good, take that leg up. Now kick it to the front. Exhale, take it to the back. Good. Good. See if it will stay at least level with your hip. Don't let it drip down here, right? Don't let it do the merry-go-round up and down. Keep it level. Good. That's it. Good. All right, keep lifting out of that armpit. I caught myself thinking, maybe you need to check too. There we go. Good. Good. All right. And then down. Very nice. Slide all the way down. Lift both legs up and down. And lift. So here's me dumping forward. Here's me giving myself support. It's not easier. I feel less balanced, right? So it's okay to feel less balanced. Good. That's it. 2 more. Good. Now hold that leg up and take it for a stroll. Front, front, and back, back. And I'm talking about that bottom leg. Reach, reach. Good. Good. Can you keep light on the side here? Don't push it down hard. I want you to lift up and stay centered. Good. And last one. Good. Legs come together. Arms overhead. Reach down your leg now. Roll onto your back. Teaser up to sitting. Now if your back is feeling dicey, don't teaser, right? Instead, give yourself a hover where you pull your ribs down. And then if you've come up, come back down. Back to your side, same side. Good, yep. Inhale, exhale, back up. Push it up, whichever version you're doing. That's it. Good, last time, last time. Scoop it in. Push it up. Good, and then all the way down. Then we're gonna roll to the other side and start those legs on the other side. I'm gonna swing around so I can see you. All right, so up on elbow if it's comfortable for you. Legs extend, waist lifts, and then we kick up and down. Okay, the light is weird. You guys, I'm sorry about the sun. What a weird thing to have to apologize for, only in Seattle, right? Sorry about that sun. There we go. Good. That's it. Nice and long. I love it. Looks like everybody's lifting. I would say just check this elbow. Could you bring it underneath you just a little more? Everybody. Yeah, but you get a gold star for trying to lift in that open position. Very nice. All right. And then from here, we're going to take that leg forward, kick front and back. So kick, kick, and to the back. Good. Waistline lift. Judith, don't poop on me now. You keep going. Your hip needs this work. So if you're getting tired, figure out a way to keep going. Take a breath, pause, whatever. Good. That's it. Good. Get that leg up. Get it up. Don't let it dip. That's it. Now get your waist up too. Lift those ribs. That's it. These ribs, pull them. And if you don't know where they are, if your body's not getting it, take your hand, put them here, lift them physically so that your body knows what's supposed to happen. Yes. Gold star. Saw that, Kay. Good. All right. And then both legs down. We come down all the way, lifting both legs up and down. And you're letting the bottom leg push that top leg up. Yep. Nara, watch on this side. This is where that bottom knee wants to do the bending to lift. Keep that leg really straight. Think from the thigh. Come on, straighten that leg out. So you can even rotate. Yes. Yes. Good. That's it. You okay, Franny? Okay, good. I just caught you at a pause moment, that's all. Good. All right. And then the next one, let's hold it up. Take it for a stroll. So we kick front and back. And kick. Good. That's it. Yeah. So that's, yeah, I see it. So Nara's asking, she can't really get her lower leg to go back. And I don't know if you can see mine. I'm going to do it this way so you can see it doesn't go that far. So here I am in a straight line. As I push back, it's not as far back behind me as my front one can go, right? That's my posterior adductors and glute. The back longest, biggest adductor is also a hip extension assister, right? So that has to be a stronger connection to go back further, as well as mobility in the front of that same leg. Yeah. So, yeah, because that's so under on that side. So, okay, gang. And we can come upright. And we're going to have a little leg pull front. Where you are, I'm not sure that I can. I kind of sprained my ankle still, so I'm trying to baby it. But lots of options for you. You can start here with a little hover, right? I want you to watch out shoulders. I would rather have them pulled back while you hover. You can be table bridge, which feels just fine to my ankle. Or you can be in a full reverse plank. Ooh, I don't know. I can't do that on that one. Right there, yeah? So my left leg is bent just to release the load on that ankle, but you would try for a straight leg. Yeah, so figure out what feels good to you, and then see if you could add a leg pull of any kind. Maybe it's tapping in, maybe it's a knee pull, maybe it's a whole leg pull. Any way that feels right. And try one or two. Again, can tap Can knee. Yeah. Yeah. So your fingertips, the positioning, you think about your fingertips, if there was a line that came from the back of your butt to under your shoulders, that's the line about where your hands would be, not way back here. So Nara's asking a good question. How do we know if we're setting up properly, right? We don't want to be back bendy. We want to be right, so we come up shoulder right over wrist, not here where we're in front of the wrist. I would bring your blocks a little forward, Nara. Bring your blocks a little bit forward towards your butt. Everybody else, come on up. Come into a mermaid sit. And then we're gonna side bend over. Lengthen out. There you go. Open to the sky, dropping that hip down. There you go. Good. Then use your hand to lift you up. Reach up to the sky. And then optional mermaid hip lift. So if this feels good to your body, reach back with one hand, push your hips up, and keep pushing through the shoulder on the supporting side, right? The hand that's behind you. If you don't want the hip part, just push down and lift up as high as you can. Yeah? Good. And then let's switch legs and go over to the other side. Yes. So first we go toward that knee to the side. And then the hand that's on this side, the back knee, comes to the ground. And we push up so you have a straight line. Yeah. Good. And so Nara's making a good point. You could do this with both hands down and see which one feels better. Maybe you feel like you have more support with one side or the other. It is more challenging to do it with this side, right? This is the harder side to support with the arm. But it's tightness and strength, right? There's always that combo. Something's tight, something needs to be stronger. So I'm gonna put those hands on the floor, step back into a plank, and then walk the hands in. And round the spine up. Yeah, good. Feel free to linger in whatever part of that feels good to your body. Some of you love the plank, some of you like the hang, the round, whatever. Take it, take those arms up to the sky. Okay, now just come into a bow, pulling your thumbs forward and pulling your spine away from those thumbs. Really pull back. Think like when we do Martha Graham. I want you to stretch, open the shoulder blades, let your abs pull away from those thumbs. Then drive into the ground, lift the chest up to the sky. Good. And then again, thumbs together. Good. Reaching forward, pulling your abs back, big stretch between your shoulder blades. And then drive through the feet, open wide, stay stacked. I'm not pushing my chest forward. I'm keeping it here. The work is still happening. Good. Good. And then last time up. Pubic bone, belly button, ribs. Good. And then up, keep stacked. And all the way down. Let your head turn to the side as you pull your arms gently back. Release your arms, push them back again and turn the other way. Good. Little release and turn. Good. Little release and turn. Good. Just take a nice breath in. We're going to do 3 breaths. Close your eyes. Just do a little self-assess. Inhale, let your ribs expand. Exhale, press into your feet. If you need a little rotation, take it on the next exhale. Reach back with that back arm. I'm still having my eyes closed, so balance is a key here. Inhale, exhale, back to center. And then same thing the other way. Inhale big. Exhale, reach back and rotate. Still with eyes closed, working your balance. Inhale, exhale, back to center. Good. One more big breath. And exhale. Nice job. Happy Weights Wednesday, you guys. You're so welcome. You're very welcome. I hope it feels good, and I hope you feel